Go ahead with your question, Bob.
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. You talked about being curious and nervous because of maybe a lack of details so far in the AJ situation. Do you do anything to, I mean, do you ask NASCAR questions, or do you ask them either about that situation or about anything that you might be taking, or do you just stay curious and nervous and hope that nothing happens to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that I go ask questions. I go ask, and it's, if you're curious and about anything, I think the policy is pretty. The policy to be able to go up in that holler and ask anybody what you want to know has been always pretty good for me. I've never been turned away and never felt like I didn't get an honest answer or feel better when I walk out of there. But so yeah, I mean, it's just everybody just kind of nervous about not knowing nothing. Everybody's curious about it and nervous, I guess. I don't know.
You're worried about it. Are you nervous because you're worried about something happening to you when you get tested, or are you nervous about not wondering maybe what's going on with other drivers?
Not really either one. Nervous about more nervous about it being a mistake or the agency making a mistake and it being a big problem for the sport. I just knowing all the guys that I race against, I wouldn't have never guessed, and I don't look at anybody in the sport and have any worries about them or any curiosities about anybody's activities away from the racetrack. Everybody to me looks up and up, and I feel rock solid about myself too. So it's just you just don't know how that could happen. It's just hard to wrap your head around anybody making a mistake or a driver making a mistake or just the agency making a mistake. You just don't know. It's hard to wrap your head around it.
Final two questions from Mike and Ryan.
Hey Dale, Mike Vega, Boston Globe. Just a two-parter here. First off, here you are sitting in the standings second with 8 races to go before the start of the chase. How do you feel about your position right now as opposed to the other times when you're contending for a chase spot? And second part, you had Jimmy Johnson and Casey Kane, 2 teammates, go out and do a sprint triathlon after Daytona.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson, after taking a hard hit, did they try to convince you, hey man, why don't you come join us?
No, I mean, I think Jimmy knows better than to waste too much time on that. But I think I feel pretty good about our position in the chase right now, or position to make the chase. I feel pretty good. I feel like we can get more comfortable with these races and what to do and taking some risks, or we have been the team that's kind of played it really careful, in a lot of these races, using Pocono as an example, where everybody stayed out and we come in to make sure we can make it on fuel, and it was obvious by the end of the race everybody was fine. But so I think we can, in the position we're in now, I know it's just a few weeks later, but we feel better about our position to make the chase. We can, if we're in that situation again, we can gamble, and I like that, and hopefully we can win some more races doing that. But we've had a great year. I feel awesome to be in second in points. I feel like we've made a good statement on how strong we are as a team, and we just want to keep preparing for the chase. We're not ready for the chase. We want to learn more, know more, feel more prepared, and do everything we can in the next couple months to be ready and feel like we have a solid idea and a solid foundation as a team to do well and try to win the championship.
Is it a time of the year to try and gamble on certain things, or do you want to continue just to?
No, I think we can now. I think we feel, with the lead we have on 11th place in the points and the amount of races left, I feel like we can we're going to gamble foolishly, but we can go the opposite route that we went at Pocono the past race. We could do something, we could do what everybody else did and maybe try to win that race instead of make sure we've, had enough gas and finish in 8th. We could try to win that race. I like what we did up to this point, and maybe now we can take some gambles.
Final question, Ryan.
Ryan McGee, ESPN. You're talking about the difference between now and a year ago. How much different does it feel? This was the time of year last year where you kind of did that slide from third down to 10th in points, not happening this year. How different does it feel versus a year ago or even 2 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, we the summer feels a whole lot better because, like you said, we're having some good runs, and you know, we had some bad luck last week, and I never never know what I'm going to do when I go to Sonoma. So we just kind of, we look at the other races, Poconos and Michigans, and coming here. And last year we struggled a little bit through the summer, and this year we're doing better. We feel good about it. I think it has a lot to do with the team getting a lot better, Steve getting a lot better, me and his relationship in particular getting better, us understanding the setups and the patterns that we're seeing and the things that I like and what I ran well with and haven't, and sort of understanding what to put under the car. We show up to the racetrack fast instead of having to sort of dial it in when we get here. We show up really close. The team's just doing great. I've been in the sport and had teams at times where they just everybody's getting it and everything's working and the cars show up ready and fast, and that's happening for us. And I just hope we can keep it going. I don't know. These things sort of cycle around and teams, come and go as far as their strengths. But hopefully we can keep this going longer than just this year. I think we got a good thing going on, and we can just kind of keep it together and see how long we can keep it going.